Now that we know a little bit about flow control, we can address this next problem, which says the motor stops when the touch sensor is pressed. So let's start the motor. We'll bring up a motor block, and we'll just have it go on indefinitely. So now let's bring up flow control and a wait block, and we want to wait for the touch sensor, compare state. And again, we want the state to be when the button is pushed, so that's number 1 right here. So the motor is running at this point. We're waiting for the button to be pushed, and then after the button is pushed, we'll need to have a stop motor over here. So let's bring up another motor, and that simply needs to say stop the motors, turn them off. And of course, we don't want to forget our program end over here. So now let's add some comments. The first comment is going to be turn the motor on. And the second comment is going to be we're going to wait until the touch sensor is pressed. And what happens after the touch sensor is pressed? Well, we want to stop the motor. So this third comment is going to be stop the motor. And program end. So let's see if that satisfies our requirements. We want the motor stops when the touch sensor is pressed. So the motor is turned on here. We're waiting at this stage of the program for the touch sensor to be pressed, and we're looking for the touch sensor, compare, state, and the state is going to be when the button is pressed in. That's number 1. And then after that happens, we want to stop the motor. So this simply stops the motor, turns it off, and then we end the program.